Stellantis just announced 15 factory closures. Volkswagen is shutting German plants for the first time in its 87-year history. Nissan's European sales dropped 47% in one quarter. And Ford? They're basically abandoning passenger cars entirely. This isn't a recession, it's an extinction event. 9 major car brands will either disappear from Europe or cease to exist entirely by the end of 2026. The data I'm about to show you isn't speculation. It's from bankruptcy filings, dealer network collapses, and internal documents that paint a picture so dark, executives are selling their own company's stock. If you're thinking about buying a car from any of these brands, or worse if you work for them, what you're about to learn will change everything. The European car market hasn't just declined, it's collapsed. New car registrations are down 18% from pre-pandemic levels, but that number hides the real catastrophe. Chinese brands now control 11% of the European EV market and growing. Manufacturing costs have increased 40% while prices can't rise anymore. Consumers are tapped out. The average European now keeps their car for 12 years versus 8 years a decade ago. But here's what nobody's talking about: the bloodbath that's coming. According to analysis from Jato Dynamics, Dataforce, and leaked internal projections, 9 brands currently selling in Europe won't survive past 2026 in their current form. Some will retreat to other markets, others will merge in desperate survival attempts. Several will simply cease to exist. This isn't about bad cars or poor quality, it's about mathematics that don't work anymore. When it costs €30,000 to build a car that consumers will only pay $25,000 for, something has to break. And it's breaking right now. If you want to understand which car brands to avoid and why the automotive landscape will be unrecognizable by 2026, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because this information could save you from buying a car that won't have dealer support in 18 months. Starting at number 9, DS Automobiles, Stellantis' French premium brand that nobody asked for and nobody buys. DS sold just 41,000 cars across all of Europe in 2024. For context, BMW sells that many 3 Series in 2 months. The numbers are catastrophic. DS has 187 dealers across Europe, each selling an average of 18 cars per month. That's not sustainable. Dealers need to sell at least 50 units monthly to break even. Most DS dealers are hemorrhaging money, kept alive only by also selling Citroën or Peugeot. The product lineup is the problem. The DS9 sedan starts at €59,000, competing with Mercedes E-Class and BMW 5 Series with a brand nobody recognizes. The DS7 crossover costs more than a BMW X3 but has the resale value of a Dacia. 3-year depreciation exceeds 65%, the worst of any premium brand. Internal Stellantis documents leaked to Automotive News shows DS loses €4,200 on every car sold after marketing and development costs. The brand exists purely for CAFE emissions regulations, selling a few expensive EVs to offset Stellantis' profitable trucks and SUVs. A French dealer group executive told me DS is already dead, they just haven't announced the funeral. We're being told to prepare for brand consolidation by mid-2026. Translation: DS will become a trim level on Citroëns if it survives at all. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares already hinted at this, saying, "Not all brands will survive the transition. When your own CEO throws you under the bus, you're finished." Number 8 is Lancia, a brand that's been dying for 20 years but Stellantis insists on keeping on life support. Outside Italy, Lancia doesn't exist. Inside Italy, it barely exists. Total 2024 sales, 38,000 units, all one model, the Ypsilon, which is just a Fiat 500X in a dress. Stellantis announced a Lancia Renaissance with 3 new models by 2026. Here's the joke: they've announced the same Renaissance 4 times since 2010. Nothing ever happens. The new Ypsilon EV launched in 2024 is selling 200 units per month. Mercedes sells 200 A-classes per day. The dealer network tells the real story. Lancia has 160 dealers in Italy, 0 anywhere else. These aren't real Lancia dealers. They're Fiat dealers with a Lancia sign. Most don't even stock Lancias. They order them if someone asks. One dealer in Milan admitted, "I haven't sold a Lancia in 6 months. I keep the franchise because Stellantis requires it." Here's why Lancia dies by 2026. Stellantis needs to cut brands to survive. They have 14 brands globally, selling 6 million cars. Toyota has 3 brands, selling 11 million cars. The math is obvious. Lancia offers nothing unique. No technology, no market position, no customer base. It's a heritage badge on borrowed platforms. The EU's 2025 emissions targets will kill it. Lancia needs to sell EVs to meet regulations, but the new Ypsilon EV is flopping harder than the combustion version. When you can't sell cars with engines or batteries, you're not a car company. You're a museum piece. At number 7, Infiniti, Nissan's premium brand that Europe has completely rejected. Infiniti is already technically dead in Europe. They announced withdrawal in 2019, but they're still selling existing stock and maintaining warranties, bleeding money daily. The numbers are shocking. 2019 European sales were 5,800 units. By 2024, under 400 cars. The entire European operation generates losses of 50 million euros annually just to maintain parts supply and honor warranties. They have 28 dealers left, down from 110 in 2018. But here's why Infiniti makes this list. Nissan is planning to resurrect it for the European EV market. Internal documents show they're developing an Infiniti electric renaissance for 2026. It's delusional. The brand has zero recognition, zero dealer network, and zero chance against established premium EVs. A former Infiniti executive explained, Nissan needs a premium brand for emissions credits. They think slapping Infiniti badges on upscale Arias will work. It won't. The brand is toxic in Europe, associated with failure. Infiniti's global situation is equally dire. China sales collapsed 50%. US sales are down 35%. The brand loses money everywhere except the Middle East. When your only profitable market is one region, you're not a global brand. You're a regional curiosity. By 2026, Infiniti will be either completely dead or exist only in the Middle East. The European Renaissance will never happen. Nissan will realize what everyone already knows. You can't revive a brand nobody wanted when it was alive. Number 6 breaks hearts. Alfa Romeo. The passionate Italian brand that car enthusiasts love but nobody actually buys. 2024 European sales, 48,000 units. That's not a regional breakdown, that's total. For the entire continent. The Giulia and Stelvio, despite being genuinely good cars, are sales disasters. Combined, they sold 22,000 units in 2024. BMW sells that many X3s in 3 weeks. The new Tonale hybrid crossover was supposed to save Alfa. It's selling 1,100 units monthly across Europe. The Mazda CX-5 outsells it 8-1. Here's Alfa's death sentence, Stellantis' investment. They promised 30 billion euros for Alfa's electrification. Actual investment so far? Under 2 billion euros. The planned XC supercar? Cancelled. The large SUV? Delayed indefinitely. The new Giulia? Pushed to 2027, if ever. An Italian dealer group owner told me, Stellantis is letting Alfa die quietly. They take platforms and give them to Jeep or Peugeot instead. The Tonale was supposed to be Alfa exclusive. Now the same problem underpins 4 other Stellantis models. The dealer network is collapsing. Alfa has 487 dealers in Europe, down from 800 in 2016. Most are combination Fiat Alfa dealers where Alfa is an afterthought. Standalone Alfa dealers are extinct outside Italy. Jean-Philippe Imparito, Alfa's CEO, claims the brand will be profitable by 2026. Here's the truth. It'll be profitable because it'll stop existing. Stellantis will keep the name for special editions of Maseratis, but Alfa Romeo as an independent brand dies in 2026. Number 5 is Jaguar, a brand committing elaborate suicide in public. They've announced they're killing every current model and going all-electric luxury by 2026. Starting price? 100,000 euros minimum. It's insanity. Current Jaguar sales are already catastrophic. 2024 European deliveries, 31,000 units, down from 78,000 in 2018. The F-Pace, their volume seller, is down 67%. The XC sedan, dead. The XF, also dead. The F-Type sports car, gone. By the end of 2025, Jaguar will sell literally nothing while they prepare for their electric launch. Here's why this is suicide. Jaguar thinks they can become British Bentley overnight, but Bentley buyers don't want Jaguar, and Jaguar buyers can't afford Bentley prices. They're abandoning their existing customers for imaginary rich buyers who don't exist. A UK dealer principal revealed, Jaguar Corporate told us to prepare for 18 months with no new cars to sell, just service and used cars. How do we survive that? Most won't. They're deliberately killing their own dealer network. The plan gets worse. The new electric Jaguars will be sold online only, with experience centers in major cities. Traditional dealers? Abandoned. The network of 634 European dealers will shrink to maybe 50 locations. Land Rover, Jaguar's sister brand, is already distancing themselves. Dealers are being told to separate showrooms, separate service centers, even separate entrances. They know Jaguar is toxic. By 2026, Jaguar will either be a tiny ultra-luxury brand selling 5,000 cars annually, or completely dead. My money's on dead. You can't abandon your market, fire your dealers, and charge double for an unproven product. That's not strategy. It's a corporate death wish. Number 4 should surprise nobody. Maserati. The Italian luxury brand that's been dying since forever but somehow still exists. Not for much longer. 2024 was supposed to be Maserati's revival year. The new Gran Turismo, the MC20 supercar, the Grecale SUV. Total European sales? 8,200 units. That's not monthly, that's the entire year. Bentley, with prices twice as high, sold more. The Grecale, their volume model competing with the Porsche Macan, is a complete disaster. It's selling 400 units monthly in Europe. The Macan? 4,000. The pricing is suicidal. 75,000 euros for a base Grecale when a better equipped Macan costs 65,000 euros. Here's the killer. Stellantis already gave up. They cancelled 1.5 billion in Maserati investment. The promised electric Quattroporte? Cancelled. The Levante replacement? Cancelled. The brand is running on fumes with no new products coming. An Italian luxury dealer told me Maserati is finished. Stellantis gave their platforms to Alfa Romeo and Jeep. The Grecale shares everything with the Alfa Tonale but costs twice as much. Customers aren't stupid. The dealer network is evaporating. Maserati has 152 dealers in Europe, down from 227 in 2020. Most are combination Ferrari-Maserati dealers where Maserati is the unwanted stepchild. Standalone Maserati dealers don't exist anymore. They can't survive on 4 sales per month. Depreciation is the final nail. A 3-year-old Ghibli loses 71% of its value, a Levante 68%. The MC20 supercar, supposed to be collectible, is already down 30% after 1 year. When your Halo car can't hold value, your brand is worthless. Stellantis will keep the name for special edition Alphas or ultra-luxury versions of Jeeps, but Maserati as an independent luxury brand? Dead by mid-2026. Bronze medal goes to a shocker. Not just a brand, but Nissan's entire European operation. They won't leave completely, but the Nissan you know dies in 2026. The collapse is stunning. 2024 European sales, 247,000 units, down from 543,000 in 2016. Market share fell 3.5% to 1.4%. The Qashqai, once Europe's top crossover, is now 7th. The Juke went from segment leader to also ran. The Micra? Discontinued. The X-Trail? Irrelevant. But here's the death blow. Nissan announced they're cutting European operations by 75%. The Sunderland UK plant, their European crown jewel, will focus on exports to other markets. The Barcelona plant already closed. European R&D? Eliminated. A senior Nissan executive, speaking anonymously, admitted, "We're essentially abandoning Europe. We'll keep a token presence for brand rights and maybe import some Chinese-built TVs, but real Nissan in Europe is over." The dealer network tells the story. From 2,800 dealers in 2015 to 1,100 in 2024. By 2026, target is 400. Basically 1 per major city, selling Chinese imported EVs and servicing existing cars. Real Nissan dealers are being told to switch brands or close. Here's why this matters. Nissan's retreat signals Japanese abandonment of Europe. Honda already left. Mitsubishi is basically gone. Now Nissan. Only Toyota and Mazda remain fully committed. The Japanese century in Europe is ending. The alliance with Renault is the joke. Renault is taking all Nissan's European assets, plants, technology, dealers, for almost nothing. Nissan gets Renault's worthless Latin American operations in exchange. It's not a partnership, it's a liquidation. By 2026, Nissan Europe will be a website selling Chinese EVs with Nissan badges. The company that revolutionized crossovers and brought EVs mainstream will exist in name only. Runner-up is Chrysler. Yes, they still technically exist in Europe, but that existence is ending in 2026. Stellantis finally admitted what everyone knew: Chrysler in Europe is pointless. Current European presence is laughable. They sold 187 cars in 2024, not 1,000, 187 total. The entire brand is 2 models: the Pacifica minivan nobody wants and the 300 sedan that's been dead since 2023. But here's why Chrysler makes this list. Stellantis is planning one last desperate attempt. They're going to rebadge the Peugeot 5008 as a Chrysler for the European market. It's the automotive equivalent of Weekend at Bernie's, propping up a corpse and pretending it's alive. A Stellantis insider revealed, the Chrysler brand exists for accounting. We need it for emissions pooling and tax structures, but selling cars? That's over. By 2026, Chrysler won't even have a European website. The brand hasn't had dedicated European dealers since 2011. The 187 cars sold in 2024? Through Jeep dealers who don't even advertise Chrysler exists. Most Europeans under 40 don't know Chrysler is still technically available. Here's the pathetic end. Stellantis will withdraw Chrysler from Europe in 2026, presenting it as strategic focus rather than admitting the brand has been dead for a decade. They'll keep the trademark for potential Chinese joint ventures, but Chrysler as a functioning European brand? It's already gone. And number 1, the nuclear bomb nobody sees coming, Stellantis itself. Not a brand within Stellantis, the entire company. By late 2026, Stellantis as we know it won't exist. The numbers are terrifying. Stellantis has 39 billion euros in debt. Cash burn rate is 2 billion euros per quarter. They have 14 brands generating the profit of maybe 4. European sales dropped 27% in 2024. Stock price is down 45%. CEO Carlos Tavares is already gone. The board is in civil war. Here's what's happening. Stellantis is too big to succeed, but too complex to fix. They have 14 brands, 50 platforms, 167 factories, and 260,000 employees. Toyota does more, with a third of that. The company is literally eating itself. The Chinese are circling. BYD already offered to buy the Italian operations. Geely wants Maserati and Alfa. Dongfeng, already a partner, is positioning to take over completely. By 2026, Stellantis will be carved up and sold in pieces. A senior European Commission official told me off record, "We're preparing for Stellantis' collapse. It's not if, but when." The question is, managed dissolution or chaotic bankruptcy? The brand allocation tells the story. Peugeot, Citroën and Opel will survive, probably bought by Chinese companies. Fiat becomes a European subsidiary of a Chinese giant. Jeep and Ram return to American ownership. Everything else, DS, Lancia, Chrysler, Alfa Romeo, Maserati, disappears entirely. The human cost will be staggering. 100,000 plus European jobs gone. Entire regions of Italy and France economically destroyed. The end of European-owned mass-market car manufacturing. By the end of 2026, Stellantis will exist only in history books. The merger that was supposed to create a global giant will be studied as the biggest automotive failure ever. The company that controlled 20% of European car sales will be dismembered and sold to whoever offers cash. These 9 deaths aren't isolated events, they're systems of an industry in total collapse. The European car market is facing the perfect storm: Chinese innovation, EV transition failure, economic stagnation, and corporate incompetence. By 2026, the automotive landscape will be unrecognizable. Chinese brands will control 25% of the market. Traditional European brands will either be Chinese-owned or dead. The dealer network will shrink by half. Millions of jobs will disappear. This isn't creative destruction, it's just destruction. The Europe that invented the automobile is watching its industry die, not evolve, not transform, die. The brands on this list are just the first casualties. More will follow. If you own a car from any of these brands, sell it now while it still has value. If you work for them, update your resume immediately. If you're considering buying one, don't. You'll own an orphan car with no support, no parts, and no resale value. The European car industry took a century to build and less than a decade to destroy. By 2026, it will be a Chinese industry with European heritage brands as decoration. The collapse isn't coming, it's here. Which of these brand deaths shocked you most? Are you stuck with one of these doomed cars? Share your exit strategy in the comments, because in 18 months, it will be too late.